What is up, you guys? Welcome back to the channel. It is our alternate universe mode here in WWE 2K19. It is a packed show for you today, more than normal. A lot of the matches mean something today, so that means instead of the normal 2, we're going to be watching 3. And I can tell you straight off the bat, because of a little bit of recording issues, that there was another match tonight between Tyson Schmidt and Aiden Horton of Cornerstone. It was Aiden that came out with the win in that one, so another loss for Tyson. Again, that midsection giving him trouble. As for the other matches tonight, we've got Brock Cruz versus Dixon Armstrong, both of those guys needing a win. We've got Hunter King looking to stay perfect against Spike Jackson, who's a very, very capable opponent. And we have got Cannon Diamond, and he's going to be going up against Max Rutan. So you can see the significance of some of the matches with what we've got on the screen at the moment. Max, his name is actually spelt wrong. I've started to notice a few of these things because for some reason on my keyboard the X button wants to take a screenshot rather than actually working. But yeah, they got Max at the top, unbeaten at the moment, so he's going to be looking to keep that going tonight. But Cannon Diamond himself has started to really pick up some momentum lately. You can see he's 5th there at the moment, so that's a big match in itself. Same sort of thing, we got Hunter King, he's unbeaten as well. He's going to be going up against Spike Jackson tonight, who also has had some good results. So big matches. Brock has gone from being undefeated, starting to get the spotlight, being up the top of the league there, but he slipped down to 9th at the moment off the back of 2 losses. Like I say, he's going to be going up against Dixon Armstrong, so he needs a win there. But before we get into the night's action, we've got the boss in the ring at the moment. So a few weeks ago, we announced the signing of a certain Alex Charman, who's been making waves at the moment in our universe mode. We also was in the same kind of stage of negotiations of signing another big star to this universe mode, a guy going by the name of Richard Robinson. Charmin waited for his deal to come through. There were some tough negotiations going back and forth though between ourselves in management and Richard Robinson. He wanted things that we really just should not be giving out. He got pissed that he didn't get his deal first and decided to take matters well beyond what they should have done. I don't know what it was that happened to me to make me act the way that I was acting a couple of weeks ago, but he took full advantage of that, and let me just say, it was not me who signed that contract. He went well above the people that you don't see on this program, and he got them to sign the deal. Wait, what? Robinson's coming out here now? Has he not done enough to the GM already? If you haven't seen what it is that Bailey's talking about, there's all the previous episodes up on the channel now. A couple of weeks ago, controversial things happened. Just last week, I believe it was, maybe the week before, we had a very, very weird acting general manager. Still don't really know what went on there, but it sounds like that it wasn't actually Bailey that signed the contract for Robinson. He actually went above, in Bailey's words, to the people that we don't see out here week in and week out on Raw to get that deal signed. So interesting that he's come out here. I would have thought that Bailey would have wanted to speak to him and sort this backstage, but anyway, let's jump in and see what's going on here. First of all, your biggest mistake, Bailey, your biggest oversight was not signing the deal the second I handed it to you, because trust me, I am not somebody who waits in line. I don't wait for things to happen for me. I go out and I make things happen. You took things too far a few weeks ago. Your first mistake was putting your hands on management. That is just a no-no from the get-go. I run things around here, not you. And to go above and beyond You really think you're that big a star? If that contract was reasonable, I would have signed it the second it was handed to me, exactly like I did with Charming. We would have come to some kind of compromise. Whoa, just wait a minute. I do not compromise. I came out and I told you that what I was asking for was non-negotiable. Now, if you can't get that through your thick skull, that is not my problem. Trust me, don't make it my problem, because you don't want me to become a problem. Everything that I do, all the talent that I sign, the contracts that I give the go-ahead, are in the spirit of competition, and they are what's best for this universe mode. No one should be treated any better or any worse than anybody else here, and you have gone and tried to get yourself an advantage before you've even stepped foot in this ring. You're just not getting it, Bailey. You are just not getting it, and I'm done with this. Oh my god, are you kidding me? He's done it again. As if the first time wasn't enough, he's actually gone and done it again. This guy needs to be stopped. He's not even started yet and he needs to be stopped. But going to what we're seeing now, guys, this is a part of last week's main event. Shocking turn of events happened here as we get the Boston Crab put onto Stud Rivers. I'm calling maybe a tweak or an injury of some kind in that one, because you can see we had a shock winner in A-List Born. I don't mean any disrespect to A-List when I say that, but Stud is one of the favourites for this tournament. He's put himself in that upper echelon along with Max Rutan, who we're going to see tonight, and also Hunter King. But he's dropped the ball last week. Again, I don't know if he's tweaked something, injured something, but these were the parting scenes. And the reason that we're showing you this is because before we went on air tonight, we managed to find this footage from backstage. Now, instead of being walking around in his fight gear all day, so even I suspected that something was going to happen. He's waited for A-List, they've said something to each other, and Stud just absolutely snaps on A-List. He's not even dressed to fight, as you can see, Born, but Rivers does not give a damn about that at all. Into the head, well, head into the crate goes A-List, and for a second time now, Stud just had absolutely gone wild. I don't know if he's trying to cause an injury. We've not really seen a fallout like this from a result in Universe Mode so far. But it's really hurt Stud clearly, as again it looks like we're going to see Born going into, oh no, we're going into the wall instead. Stud's just absolutely on one. Born weren't ready for this, he weren't prepared for it. He's not even putting up a fight at the moment. It is all just Rivers, and this has got to have stemmed from last week. But of course, because we're in tournament settings and the fixtures at the moment are already predetermined, it means that you can't just come out and challenge somebody who's beat you, someone who's upset you. You've got to wait for that second match to come around, or at least that's what's supposed to be going on. Stud's not really adhering to that mentality at the moment. He's just took things right into his own hands, and he's absolutely just wearing out Born with that steel chair at the moment. I don't think A-List has got a match tonight. Actually, no, he doesn't. We've already gone through that, so that's quite lucky for him, because Stud's absolutely just put one on him at the moment, and he's going to finish it off with a money shot. And there you go. Stud Rivers just absolutely wiping the floor with A-List and avenging that loss from last week. You have to wonder if that's the last that we're going to see from Stud, whether he's going to try get involved in the matches between Rutan and King tonight to try and keep himself level on points with those guys. There's a lot of questions at the moment. It feels as though things in this universe mode as a whole are just starting to escalate a little bit now as time's going on and we're getting deeper and deeper into this tournament. But we finally reached some in-ring action, and we've got Brock Cruz against Dixon Armstrong as our first match. Cruz, at the moment, we saw him last week. Jacob tried to get an interview with him. He was having none of it. He's trying to stay focused. I've not been able to speak to him myself. He's become very within himself, very solitary, which is against his normal character, I'd have to say that much. He just needs to get back on that winning trail. I mentioned it at the time, for somebody who's he thrives off his self-belief, I think is what I'm trying to say. He needs his ego. It's not like his ego's just an ego, if that makes sense. He really needs that in order to carry himself forward. And he's going up against Dixon Armstrong tonight. As we can see, Dixon's still yet to get off the mark in this universe mode, where Brock's had a taste of that success. He's been in the upper echelons, as I mentioned earlier. He was up at the top of the league. He was starting to get the cameras on him. His matches were being shown and televised, and he was getting interviews, and he was doing all this, and all of a sudden it's just gone bang. It just fell. He's now lost that little bit of exposure. He doesn't even want it at the moment. It's as though he can't deal with it. And he's against a man here who wants all that, but he's not even tasted a win, let alone any success in this universe mode at the moment. So he's still trying to get to a level that Brock's been to. And I think there's probably more pressure on Brock, because to have had it and then lost it and then try to get it back again, that is tougher than never having it and not knowing what that really feels like. So with those dynamics, we'll see how that plays out in this match today. You'd have to put, when you look at the size of them, obviously the advantage to the strength and things like that are going to go to Brock. Dixon's just so full of heart though. He really is. You can see him here. He's just really scrappy. He's going to keep fighting till the end. He's going to try and stay in this one. I kind of want him to win, you know, but at the same time, I wonder that if Brock loses again tonight, what does that do to his mentality? I'm sure he'd have been looking at this and thinking, for what I've gone through recently, this is the perfect opponent for me. Like, somebody who's not won, except for week one, really not ever really looked like winning. He's got to have been thinking, this is where I'll bounce back tonight. And maybe that's the reason he stayed quiet, he stayed focused. He's probably stripped it all back, just reset himself. And we'll see if that comes to help him or not tonight. Dixon's just, I think he kind of needs to relax a little. He wants things so badly. Like, he has said it many a time, this is pretty much his final shot. He's tried other things, it's not worked out for him. We've got the cover here, it's not even a 1 count at the moment. But yeah, he's tried everything. He just wants that success that bad. I think if he relaxed a little, then maybe, you know, people talking about it all the time, like trying too hard. I think that is Dixon at the moment. I think he just needs to relax, just let things flow and see where that takes him. Of course, that's easier said than done. I've not been in the ring or anything like that myself, as Brock goes for the cover here. Ref a bit out of position. That saved a good couple of seconds there. It's got to have done for Dixon, and that could have been the difference, because we still got the 1 count. But it's just more pain for him on the face. Oh my god, what a brainbuster that was. He absolutely just drilled that neck and them shoulders into the mat of Armstrong there. It could have done some serious damage with that one, and he loves it at the moment. He's starting to feel himself again, and that could be bad news for Dixon as we go for the cover. Wasted a bit too much time there before doing that, but a confident Brock, I was talking about it earlier, a confident Brock is a dangerous Brock. He needs that in his life. And yeah, if he starts feeling himself, I think this is only going to go one way. Went for that stalling suplex that he opened the match up with. This time Dixon felt it coming, shoots him into the corner, clothesline to the back there. He's not wasting any time here. He's gone straight for the cover again. Just the 1 count. It was going to take more than that, Dixon, to beat a guy like Brock. And after that little shift in tempo there, he's tried to slow things down, but he just didn't have the power to hold Brock down there. strikes and quickness is effectively what's going to win this match for him. He's a DDT, snapped that one down as well. There's just that extra little bit of aggression in Brock's moves tonight. The way he's delivering them, you just can sort of feel that there's a bit of anger there. And there you go, the spike into that powerbomb, and he's actually gone over into a bridge there. Unlucky for the 2 count, but did you see the velocity that Dixon was brought down with there? That's what I'm talking about. But the double arm DDT there out of nowhere, I don't think Brock saw that come in either. It's a 1, it's a 2, and Brock shoots that shoulder up. He didn't just like slip out of that one, he made sure he was kicking out with power there. Just a little bit of a head game for Dixon, like, you haven't got me nowhere near done yet, mate. But Dixon's not going to worry about that too much. Here he comes now, got full momentum into the corner, into the Bulldog, and this could be all. But he's not going to go for the cover, and that is a huge mistake, because look where he is now. Look where he is, and Brock just trying to slow things down, but Dixon's not having any of it at the moment. But again, the overriding power of Brock there. Just too much for Dixon, and he spikes that head down into the mat again. Ref's in position this time. It's 1. Wow, wow, wow. 1 is all that it is, really? Drop kick to the back of the neck there. Notice Brock not getting frustrated at the moment. I think he feels like he's in very, very much control of this one. He's going for the pin again. It's 1. And again, 1 is all it is. And there's the frustration this time. I'm quite surprised that there's still so much left in the tank of Dixon myself, so I can kind of see where Brock's coming from there. And not only is he kicking out, but he's getting back on the offense. He's just that step too quick at the moment. Spikes Brock's head into the mat, and that could be it. But again, he's not gone for the cover. He's going to go for something else instead. Looks like a Northern Lights Fisherman Suplex, one of the two. It's a cover anyway. It's 1, it's 2, and those shoulders are still down. It's not 3 though. It's not 3. It was so close to being, but just not there for Dixon at the moment. He's trying to line up what equals the result at the minute. Brock's felt that coming. Oh my god, what an elbow that was. Straight to the face. Brock was having none of that from Armstrong. Kick to the stomach here himself, and boom, there we go. Powerbomb again, not going for the cover. What is Brock doing here at the moment? I think he's just taking a little moment just to collect himself. Like that exchange, you got to say, up until the powerbomb. Dixon hit him with some big moves there, and Brock is eerily at the moment just stalking his prey. He's just waiting for Dixon to get back up so he can dish out more punishment. We've not seen that from anyone really, but not from Brock before. And into the throat there. Nasty stuff from Cruz. He picks Dixon up, and that neck there he's just started working on with the top rope. He's just cranking it now, adding more pressure, just sitting down on it as well, putting more weight onto that neck of Dixon, who has to get back to his feet. He's done so. Big shot to the body and one to the face there just to break that hold. And you can see the way that he's just tried to maneuver Cruz around there. Dixon is starting to feel it at the moment. Oh, big knee there though from him. And this could be his moment here. We don't see him go to the top rope all that often, and oh, that's why. But wow, he's straight back up. He's up before Brock even. Dixon is on another level at the moment. He's come out here with a little extra fire in his belly tonight. Brock turns that one around though, and what we're going to see here, Dixon shot into the corner, and it's Brock with a clothesline Bulldog combination this time. Gets Dixon back halfway up. What on earth are we seeing there? It's like a little hamstring stretch that, whatever it was, Dixon weren't staying in for it long. Kick to the gut there, and he went to blast him in the back as well. But Dixon's having none of it, and he's just gone back to the roots again. Look at him at the moment. He is absolutely on fire. Telling Brock to bring it, telling him to get off. He's going to drag him up himself instead. And here we go with that Northern Lights Fisherman Suplex. He actually calls that the Fameplex. Is he going to follow it up with a pin? He is dragging Brock into the middle of the ring. That in itself at this point is going to take some effort. He's not going for the result though. Maybe he is. And he's literally going to go for the result. That's what he calls this finisher. Is he going to hit it? He's going to spike Brock down. Brock's been doing that to him all match. There weren't a lot in floating over into that cover, so he needs the result here, and he's got it. The result has delivered him. The result. He's got his first ever win in universe mode. Finally, Dixon Armstrong is off the mark, and man, did he need that. I am so happy for him. That is all just endeavour, effort. He's had to go straight through the trenches today to get to that victory, and he's done it. And Brock, just look at him again. Shaking his head here like this is not good for Brock. I'm so happy for Dixon. Congratulations. Brock, though, the guy who thrives off that confidence, thrives off the results, thrives off just being successful, is being anything but at the moment, and you can see clearly it is having a negative effect on him. Backstage at the moment, though, for some reason we're seeing Alpha come to the ring. He's in the locker rooms with Charming. I can't quite make out what they're saying to one another, but they're having a little bit of a debate here. Charming's just going to leave by the looks of it. This happened, by the way, while we was just watching the match between Brock and Dixon. I'm not exactly sure what that was all about. Maybe Jacob can fill us in on that a little bit later, but for now, it is time for our second of 3 matches tonight. So no, guys, this is not the main event, but it is a massive match, an absolutely huge one. We have got Spike Jackson, who, if you saw earlier, he's building momentum at the moment. He's put a couple of wins together, so he's not only up there in the table, he's stacking them results and building that momentum. And he's going to need all of that momentum, all of the confidence that comes with that, because his opponent tonight, Hunter King, well, we know he's undefeated. He's on really good form. He's actually started to show a little bit of a different side to himself the last few times, couple of times out, Hunter. He's showed a more resilient side. He's had to go to war a couple of times to get a result. He was looking like the most aggressive person on the roster when he first came out. We saw him injure Tyson in his very first appearance, and he actually came out on one of the rare occasions he has spoken and says, look, I didn't mean to hurt Tyson, but if I did, and I would do it again if I had to, if that's what it takes to get the results. So Spike's going to have to tap into a bit of that kind of mentality himself. Hunter's willing to go to those places to get the win, then of course Spike's going to have to do that also. And let us not forget, guys, that a win for Spike here tonight will put him level with this man, Hunter King, in the tournament. It'll put him level with Max Rutan. The Viking Warrior, of course, has his match tonight later on, though. He'll go level with Stud Rivers, and he'll be one of the few that are really pushing for the win in this tournament. So it is a huge match with huge implications, this one. If Hunter wins tonight, right, again, we've got Max fighting a little bit later on. He will be the first, though, Hunter, to go to 5 wins, put him out right at the top of the table. And then the pressure, of course, would fall to Max to keep up with him, basically. So that's why we've got 3 matches tonight, because there was something in that one for Dixon and Brock, something really major, and Dixon's came out. And now maybe he can start building that winning momentum, who knows. But we've got this match here, implications at the top of the table, massive ones, no matter how the result goes tonight. And the same with the Max Rutan match later on, because Cannon Diamond also, as we've seen earlier, just like Spike in this one, a win for him shoots him straight up with these guys as well. So all big matches, all with top of the table implications, all of them looking for that automatic move into the semi-final brackets. And Hunter tried to come out aggressive there, and Spike has caught him straight away and booted him straight into the stomach. He felt that coming, so Spike razor sharp with the reactions there. But already it's Hunter now back in control. in the little bit of a feeling out process at the moment, but a heavy artillery feeling out process. They're both coming with a big shot, Spike and Hunter, and at the moment they can't get one up on each other. It's just back and forth, but Spike's going to look to slow this one down now with that neck crank once again. We just saw that happening in the last match as well. Very even in size, these two. Unlike when Hunter had to go through it against Brock. Let's just hold that thought because we have a cover. The ref's well out of position. Don't think he even got a 1 count there. It was a bit early in the match anyway, to be honest. But last time out, I'm sure it was last time that Hunter was against Brock Cruz. And Brock being a much bigger guy, Hunter really had to dig deep in that one as we're in the cover again at the moment. And Spike's looking to end this one quickly, and I don't think that's a bad tactic, to be fair. Just laying those hands in there on Hunter's face. But yeah, Hunter had to dig really deep. He was against a much bigger opponent, but he managed to do it. So again, is he 100% after that? I know he's had a week to recover. If he's not, I'm sure Spike will find out if he's not got a full tank. But yeah, Spike's looking to end this quickly, and he's keeping Hunter grounded as well at the moment. It's all looking good for him, and he's going to hit his big pole driver move here, and there it is. He calls that the deal closer, and you can see why. A hell of a lot of impact in that, and I'm really surprised that he hasn't gone for the finish there. He might be, I know it's early in the match, but might have been able to catch Hunter there. And again, just like I mentioned in the last match, look where that has put him now. Hunter straight on the attack. He will have felt a sense of danger in this match there, Hunter, and that will just give him that little spike in energy that he needs. And he's going for that full-on aggression now, and it's them kind of moves that I think turn the fans off him a little bit. Because it can't be anything that he says or his actions, because he comes in here, he wins at the moment, that's what he does, and then he goes and he doesn't speak to anyone, so he can't really offend anyone. He just goes back to his own little place, and we don't see him until he's ready to fight again. So it can only be, like we just saw, the blatant chokes and the little shortcuts in the ring that turns the fans off Hunter at the moment. But big power moves here into that midsection again, and boom, there it is. All that's going to affect the midsection of Spike for the slice, and I think we're about to see that right now. Bang, there it is. And he's signalling that this one's over his Hunter. He felt that one. It looked like a little bit of more impact than normal on that one. It's 1, it's 2. It is not 3 though. Wow. It is a bit early in the match, but you don't often see people kicking out of the slice, to be fair. And especially not getting straight back on the attack after doing so. But that's what Spike's doing here. And he's now working the midsection, but he's working the lower back as we go into the cover again. It's 1, it's 2. No, it's not 2. It's not 2. Powerful kick out there as well. And he managed to do it in such a way that he turned from his back to his stomach. So already veteran type maneuvers coming out from Hunter King, and we're only 5 matches for these into this tournament. At the moment, big right hand there. And he's starting to feel himself a little bit now, Hunter. And maybe it's that the fans don't like. Who knows? But for him at the moment, whatever he's doing, it can't be judged or knocked because, well, it's working. He's won every match so far, but he's in a little bit of trouble here at the moment against Spike. Spike's definitely giving as good as he's getting. Back into the ring we go now. Don't know what he went for there, but Hunter felt it coming, got out the way, and big German suplex there. Just dropping Spike right high on the neck and the shoulder area there. Back of the head bouncing off the mat as well. Back to that midsection we go, and this time it's Hunter who's working the back. So he's working the ribs, the core and the lower back at the moment. All will be impacted by the slice, of course, which we have already seen. Another blatant choke there, this time from the trio wall position, and we could see him go for the pin here. It looks like that's what's going to happen. Ref's in position this time, so it's 1, 2, and that left shoulder gets shot off the canvas there by Spike. A little bit of urgency in that one. Don't know if he fully knows where he's at the moment, Spike. That looked like a very instinctive last minute kick out. What's Hunter got in mind here? Oh, just a big disrespectful slap there. Not seen that from him before. What on earth are we going for here? Oh, Meteora. That's a new move in the arsenal of Hunter there. We've not seen him use that before. But again, impact on that midsection. It's 1, 2, and it's still not a 3. Wow. Even if Spike had done his homework there, he wouldn't have known that Hunter was going to do that. I don't think he has ever used that before. Leg sweep there from Spike. He needs to just buy himself a little bit of respite here, a little bit of breathing room. And that's what he's going to go to with the side headlock as well. So again, very tactically aware there, Spike. He knew he's in a bit of trouble. This is going to just help him get his wind back while sucking the wind out of Hunter King. And we are back at a stalemate here at the moment. That kick hurt Hunter a lot there, and then he's dropped by a heavy right hand, and Spike's now in complete control of this one. Back into the corner we go again with Hunter. He's going to get put. Is he going for the tree wall? No, it's a snake eyes instead. Into the other corner we go now. Spike not running in though, taking his time. Again, clever move there. Is he going to go for that long blower that we saw, the concluder? If he was, Hunter had that well scouted. I think that might be the second time now that Spike's gone for that. And both times Hunter's cut him off at the pass there. And just vicious knees to the jaw now. Left knee again. And we're going to have another one. Big one there. I'd go for the cover there myself. Hunter doesn't think he's done enough. That's fair enough. And now he puts Spike into the corner. And Spike fights out. Wow. It is still back and forth, this one. We really are. I think either man at the moment is just one big move away from taking this match. And I think they both know that as well. It's been a really good one again, this. And we're going to go for... We're not going to go for it. It's reversed by Hunter, who's just checking his face here, taking a little minute. And are we going to see the slice again? I think Spike just rolled onto his stomach and out of the way just before Hunter could get that. He's lining something up here. Oh, and he's got the throne taker on him. The throne taker, we've not seen him use that yet, but it is a move that he has used in the past before coming to Universe Mode, and it has delivered the goods for him. Obviously Spike didn't have that one scouted. Hunter has made Spike tap out even after delivering his biggest moves in this match. He could not get the job done. Once again, we've seen Hunter have to go really deep into the tank and into the bag of tricks this time as well. Pulled out the Meteora, pulled out the Throne Taker. A lot of things that we haven't seen before, but that's good. That is showing evolution. It's showing that he's tactically aware and he knows that he's got to pull things out at this point that opponents might not have seen before, and that is exactly what he did. So it is another big result for Hunter King in this one. He now moves to 5 wins, no draws, no losses, moves to the maximum of 15 points and sits alone at the moment. So how fitting is it that he uses the Throne Taker to take his place right at the top of the mountain at the moment, and he's just sitting in the ring like he is the king of it at the moment as well. Massive result for Hunter. Congratulations to him. Spike put up a really good fight in a match that really, to be honest, could have gone either way. I said that there was one big move away from winning either of them. Unfortunately for Spike, it was Hunter who managed to get that move, and he now moves on, like I said, to 15 points, and he sits at the top of the mountain at the moment. It is now over to you, Max Rutan. What do you have? And again, it seems like we're heading backstage at the moment, looking at both Alpha and Alex again. We know that they had a bit of a verbal altercation earlier on, but it looks as though Charming is not ready to let that go. Alpha is just over in his bag at the moment. I'm not too sure what he's doing. Of course, he's not competing tonight, but Charming walks in, and as he turns around, Alpha gets smacked straight into the head with the chair. He obviously, whatever Alpha said, Charming was not ready to let that lie, and he's just taking it to Alpha Jackson at the moment. Big kick to the gut there. Scoops him up into the powerbomb position. Oh dear, there's a table here as well. And yes, he's gone straight through the table. Can people please stop upsetting Charming? Oh, there we go again with a chair. He's still not done yet. Are we after the trash can? It looks like we are. Alpha can't get back up. He's absolutely just done here. And again, he's lucky he's not competing this week. Charming still not quite done with him. Just a big chop there. Another one as well. Another chair shot on the way by the looks of things. Oh, he's missed that one. Alpha tries to swing back and he gets caught again. And again. It's getting uncomfortable now. Again. That's the 8th or 9th shot with that chair. And Jackson has just been worn out. And again, whatever he said, he must have really upset Charming, as there is the end of that one. That's the result of mouthing off against Alex Charming. We asked the question, how is he going to keep himself in ring shape and competitively sharp? I think he's answering them questions at the moment. And it is now time for what is the main event of tonight, guys. It is the last match on the card. It's big, like I mentioned earlier, for Cannon. If he can somehow pull off the result tonight against the Viking Warrior, he's actually going to go joint second now with Stud Rivers, what would be Max Rutan. Not Hunter King though. We saw Hunter, he would be sitting atop of the throne on his own. You know he's going to be watching this from somewhere, wherever it is he decides that he's going to watch it from. Obviously there'll be no other people around there. But yeah, you'll have an eye on this definitely. The result will be extremely interesting for him. He's obviously going to be hoping that Cannon can get the job done today, but, well, it is a big test for him. Absolutely, of course it is. But at the same time, I mean, you just look at the sheer size of the guy. He's starting to stack wins on wins now, build that momentum. He won't be intimidated one bit by the Viking Warrior tonight. Equally, the Viking Warrior won't be intimidated by the size of Diamond either. We know that the Viking loves himself a good scrap, and he's definitely going to be getting himself one of those tonight. Success is in this man's future. At the moment, it's obviously Hunter's got the results. It's so close between them two, but I actually think that they're a level above everyone else in this tournament at the moment. And it was, we mentioned it earlier, Hunter looked the more aggressive, the more he was getting the quick wins and this, that and the other, weren't really taking too much punishment, where Rutan was just loving being in the ring, scrapping, fighting. The harder the fight, the more he seemed to enjoy it. But since Stephen York's joined, he's starting to look, to me, just a little bit better than Hunter. Whatever it is that York's feeding him mentally, the advice he's giving him, he just seems that he's got that little bit more edge about him now, Rutan. As much as he does love a good scrap, he's just taking care of business now. He's not hanging around any longer than he has to. And he's starting, to me, I think he's starting to edge a little bit in front even of Hunter King at the moment. I know that's a huge statement considering Hunter's sitting on top of the pile at the minute, but you see that there, he just explodes out of the corner. He's just a little bit more aggressive, it seems now. And he's looking to take care of business, like I said, instead of being in the biggest fights. He's just getting the job done, and that's all you need to do. Just come in, do your thing, get your points and leave. There's no benefit to being in the ring longer or anything like that, and I think that's probably what Stephen's preaching to Max. Just get the job done. There's plenty of time down the road for the big fights and this, that and the other, and that there is an impressive show of strength from Rutan to overhead belly to belly somebody the size of Diamond, who is actually bigger, believe it or not, than Rutan. But you wouldn't think it, because that inner strength, that Viking warrior mentality from him is just allowing him at the moment to have his way with Diamond. But as I say, that Diamond showing his own strength there in power bombing Rutan, and he's just driving himself into the back of the neck there of Rutan, just trying to establish a bit of dominance in this one. Oh, what a right hand. This guy has got experience in all different sports, Diamond. He's been involved with football or soccer if you're American. He's done a bit of boxing himself, but here's where he says he's feeling at home at the moment. All of that aggression that he's had from the way that he's come up, he can just let it out in the ring. It's almost therapy for him in a way. But that's what makes this so intriguing, because of course the Viking loves a good fight as well. So they're really actually, as we're watching them kick the 7 bells out of each other, they're actually probably really earning each other's respect and showing each other a good time at the moment. Both of them are going to be thriving off the fight that we're seeing here. Again, impressive strength from Rutan. Over the head goes Cannon there. York's grabbed the chair, and we're going to see the blood kick here, maybe. We are going to see it, and I'm not sure if Cannon's head just bounced off the back of that chair or not, but it's a 1 count, it's a 2 count, and it's over. Just like that, it's over. And that is what I'm saying. Max at the moment is wasting no time. He's all business. We've seen some flashes of potential from Diamond. He rocked Rutan a couple of times, and we've not really seen that before. Did his head hit the back of the chair there? Was still inconclusive. I think it might have just missed, but it's obvious what the plan was if Diamond had kicked out of this. But unfortunately for him, he doesn't manage to. And that is Rutan actually done, dusted, back on to joint first with Hunter King. Those two stretching the lead out again. There's a lot of people at the moment now on 12 points, but they've got to keep winning, because it doesn't look like Hunter or Max are gonna drop points anytime soon. And congratulations first of all to Max for that big win. But yeah, like I said, it doesn't look like they're going to be dropping points soon. The match that they have against each other is going to be telling. It's going to be absolutely huge. I don't know when that actually falls, but I'm definitely looking forward to it. But that's going to be all tonight from me, guys. Once again, I hope you've enjoyed the episode. I've really enjoyed it. I can't wait for the next one. I hope you guys feel the same. If you do, please comment, please like, please subscribe, and please share, and let's get this out there even further and just see where we can take it. But until the next one, guys, that is me done, so enjoy the rest of your day.